Marzi, Aubameyang, oh brilliant! He took it first time and with devastating effect. Put through by Steve Bold, would you believe it?
I don't want to waste what's left. The storms we
The
chase.
game, according to the referee, and Bergkamp certainly life in hand.
No, I don't want to waste what's left. And on we'll go.
Henri, what a goal!
Dance through the highways till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
He's in again, pushed out by Bartes, Wiltor!
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another show. Listen, I hope you're all keeping safe and well. First and foremost, I want to apologize for the fact that I was late. I was on a Zoom call with some friends, and I got a little bit time delayed, and then I had to set everything up. So yeah, apologies for that. Big up to everybody in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all keeping safe. And yeah, listen, the season, thankfully, is over. So yeah, listen, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a review. Well, I say a little bit of a review. I'm going to break it down. But yeah, listen, I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Big up to everybody in the chat. I hope you're all keeping safe. And yeah, listen, let's get into it. So I don't really know where to start. I think I'm probably going to start at the beginning of the season, because obviously at the beginning of the season, you know, everybody tipped us to get top four, and we all tipped us to get top four. And I certainly, actually, I think at the start of the season, I tipped us to get top six, but a lot of people tipped us. A lot of people tipped us to get top four. But it didn't really pan out like that, did it? Didn't really pan out like that. Yeah, big up to everybody. I'm just going to say hi because I know I'll get way distracted because I'm reading the comments. So I'm just going to say hi to a couple of people: James, Tony, Omar, Joanne. Big up to you guys. So yeah, keep putting your comments in. I am going to read them towards a little bit later on in the show. So yeah, I just wanted to address you because I can see you all saying hi. But yeah, let's go back to the start of the season. And yeah, like I said, everybody tipped us to finish in the top six. Some predicted top four. I certainly predicted us to finish in the top six. I didn't think we had the squad to finish maybe in the top four. I felt there was teams better than us. And yeah, we just didn't have the greatest of starts. When you look at the August to December, it was horrendous, wasn't it? Absolutely horrendous. You know, we won against Fulham, but then we just capitulated. I remember the losses to Man City, the losses to Liverpool. And for me, it's the manner of those defeats, you know, especially that Man City game where Arteta done something similar as to what he'd done in the Europa League semi-final with Villarreal. You know, he put a false nine in. You know, do you remember the Man City game? He played Willian as a false nine. And it was just, I remember thinking at the time, that was just utterly baffling. So yeah, like, you know, that game stands out. And then just the other defeats, you know, the Aston Villa 3-0 at home, we lost 3-0 at home to Aston Villa. Then you look at Wolves, we lost 2-1. You look at Leeds. Was it Leeds or was it Burnley? I can't remember. I think it was Leeds with the Aubameyang own goal. Then Spurs 2-0. We lost 2-0. So we just had a lot of defeats, didn't we? We had a lot of defeats. Leicester, I think, as well. You could throw them in there. But we also had a win against Man U, winning away at Old Trafford. But equally, the first half of the season was poor, wasn't it? The first half of the season was dreadful, absolutely dreadful. Big up Jamie. Big up Static. He said, "Did you enjoy Unai Emery last night?" I did. Yeah, that was good. This is a type of fan base we have, says Jamie. Over optimistic. Yeah, I agree with you. I honestly hope for top four. Gutted how it's turned out, says James. Says Mike. 13 losses, 61 points. Disgusting, says Static. We got Melina. Let's have a look here. What else we got here on these comments? This season has been a disgrace. What a shambles, says Omar. What else we got? To sum up the season in 3 words, trust the process, says Joanne. Let's have a look here. What else are you guys saying? So yeah, listen, the first half of the season wasn't great. Apologies, my headphones did something funny there. But yeah, yeah, the first half of the season wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic, was it? So for me, I just look at this season and I look at the first half of the season and I think that's where we lost the top 4 and we lost most of our points, because you look at other teams around us at the time, they were faltering as well. And had we put a run together, we could have been up there, but it just wasn't meant to be. And I remember that, going into December, the losses to Everton. I think we drew to Southampton as well. Again, I think we beat Brighton, didn't we? If I remember rightly. But our win didn't come until Chelsea, and then things started to turn around a little bit. Going into the second half of the season, we got we started putting wins together. West Brom, I know we can't really compare to them. And then obviously we got dumped out of the FA Cup by Southampton in the 4th round. And then we were focusing on, and then listen, everybody knows what happened. From then on, we obviously beat Benfica. We obviously went on to beat Olympiacos, and then obviously Slavia Prague, and then Villarreal is where it all fell apart. So yeah, I'm not going to divulge too much on what happened because you guys already know what happened. But it was a fucking dreadful season. Do you know what, right? If I was to mark this season out of 10, I would give it a 3. And that's being generous. I would give it a 3. Just for the fact that we did beat Man United away from home, albeit it was slenderly. Just for the fact that we did manage to beat Chelsea away from home, albeit again, we have to take into consideration that it was a meaningless game. So yeah, just for the fact that we, what's the word I'm looking for? We managed to break those ducks, beating those teams away from home, especially the United one at Old Trafford, because we'd not beaten them for an awful long time at Old Trafford. So it was nice to break that duck. But overall, guys, the season's just been pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And do you know what, right? I just look on it and I just think it's probably best to forget about this season. And when you look at the fact that there was no fans in the stadium, we couldn't go to games, we had the pandemic. Yeah, just this season we should probably just write off because it's been a total fucking disaster, an absolute disaster. And do you know what? I kind of don't want to see us. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to see us dwell on this season too much. I know it's cost us. We're out of Europe and we've got a season out of Europe. We've got a season where we've just got no European football. I don't want us to really kind of focus on that too much because, like I say, I think it might do us good having a season out of Europe. I think it might do us good having a season where we can just focus on the league, where we can sit back and we can look at this as a reset point. We can look at this season and go, okay, we had a shit season, but, now we can start the proper rebuild. The club has got to spend massive amounts of money on this team. We need at least 250 million spent on this team, but we need it spent on the right players. We can't just go in to every single season just buying the wrong players. When you look back at the transfer window we had last summer, probably only Gabriel and Thomas Partey were the decent signings that we actually need. Did we really need Willian? No. Was Willian the right signing? No. Did we really need Dani Ceballos again back on loan? No, not really. So when you look at it, we kind of addressed the defense by bringing in Gabriel, and then we brought in Thomas Partey, which we've needed for a long time. But this summer, I feel like we need to just focus on really rebuilding, but rebuilding in areas that we need players, and we need to get the right players. For one thing, we need to stop buying fucking Chelsea rejects to come in and think that they're going to do a job. We need to stop buying aging players because aging players are past their prime. We need to stop buying prime players that were decent in their prime, but now they're aging. We need to buy players who have actually got potential now. So yeah, this summer's going to be massive for us, if I'm being brutally honest. It's going to be a summer where lots of money needs to be spent. And then next season, going into next season, we need to just concentrate on the league. We've got no distractions. We've got no European football. So we can just go from week to week focusing on the league. Because this season has been fucking dreadful. This season has been probably the worst season I've seen for a long time as an Arsenal fan. And it's just not acceptable. I don't want to sit here and bang on about Arteta because I feel like I've banged that drum so many times. You guys in the chat have banged the same drum as I have about Arteta. I don't think he's the right man. I don't think he's good enough, but I'm at that point now where I'm not accepting him, but I'm at the point where I know that they're not going to sack him. So we just need to kind of make the best of a fucking bad situation because they ain't sacking him. The Cronkies don't listen to us, do they? They don't listen to what us fans want. But do you know what? Equally, the fans are to blame for that as well. The fans are to blame for the fact that the Cronkies don't listen to us. Because, let me be honest, right, yeah? The lack of protests on Sunday was a fucking joke, right? You got fans on Twitter moaning and bitching about how, the Cronkies, they're not good for this club. The Cronkies are, we need to get the message across. We need to protest. We need to do this. We need to do that. And then when it comes to protesting on Sunday, hardly anybody turned up. It was only 200 people there. And I've seen people blaming the rain, which is a load of bollocks, because I was there and yes, it was raining. It was horrendous. It was terrible, but I still made it. Do you know what I mean? I still made it because I believed that getting the message across was the right thing to do. And do you know the sad thing is, right? The sad thing is that the Cronkies were at the game, or rather Josh Kroenke was at the game. It was the perfect opportunity to get our message across. And just like Arsenal in the semi-final of the Europa League, we bottled it. Absolutely fucking bottled it. The players bottled the Europa League semi-final and the fans bottled the protest when it mattered. And that's why I don't want to hear fans moaning and bitching about the owners. Listen, I understand if you can't make it, if you live abroad and if you genuinely can't get to the game or get to the protest, I understand that for some fans it's a long way to travel, although I did travel up from Devon, so that argument falls a little bit flat on its face. But I do understand that some people couldn't make it because of work commitments and family commitments and various things. But on the same token, if you feel strongly about something and you're passionate about something, then you make the effort, don't you? And we sit here, and as fans, we sit here and we bang on about the players not putting in 100% effort. Week in, week out, when we see poor performances, when we see players underperforming, when we see players like Willian not giving a shit, we bang on about, we need to see more effort. All us fans want to see is 100% commitment, is 100% effort. But you know what? That works both ways. And let me tell you something. On Sunday, I did not see 100% effort from the fans to try and put our message across. What I saw from the fans on Sunday was what I saw this season every single week from Arsenal. Them just turning up and not giving a shit. That's what I saw from the fans on Sunday. Fans not turning up and not giving a shit. And that's the big problem as well. It's not all down to the players. Yes, it is. I know people will say, but they're on high amounts of money. They're on high fucking wages. They're on high this, that, and the other. But when it mattered, we didn't play our part. And it's just sad because people will still moan and bitch on Twitter about the owners. People will still moan and bitch on Twitter about the fact that they don't spend money, the fact that they don't talk to us, the fact that they hardly ever engage. But yet when it matters, just bottled it. So for me, the club's a big problem. But for me, the fans are just as big a problem at this football club. And I'm sorry, I'm probably going to upset a lot of people. And I've already been criticised as well for when I said the same thing in my vlog. I had people calling me a plastic Arsenal fan. Well, do you know what? I turned up. I was there at the game. I turned up at the protest. And half of these people didn't even fucking bother. So, do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But there's a massive problem at this football club from top to bottom. And I'm including the fan base in that as well because it's ridiculous. But yeah, lots of things have got to happen this summer for us to try and repair the damage of this season. And, money needs to be spent. It needs to be spent on the right players. But listen, we just wait and see, don't we? We just wait and see what happens You know, listen, I'm going to read some of your comments out. I'm going to read some of these comments out. Let's have a look here. But do smash a like on this video. Do subscribe if you are new to the channel. I am going to be doing a watch along on Saturday for the Champions League final. So do come and join me for that one. Going on air at 7:45. So when we're done here, please everybody go and smash the like button on that stream. It's already up there. So yeah, I am doing a watch along. Obviously, the watch alongs return. Obviously, I'll be doing the Champions League final, and then obviously I'll be doing the Euros as well. And then obviously the transfer news will come back as soon as the window opens. Right, let's have a look here. Let me scroll down all these comments because there's absolutely fucking hundreds of them. Big up Arsenal Manic as well. I've just seen you in the chat. Let's have a look here. Let me find some of these comments. Let's have a look here. Big up. Amar says the protest was a shambles. It was. It was a fucking shambles. I ain't gonna lie, right? I was gutted when nobody turned up because it was just. It's just how our season's gone, isn't it? You know, same with the players. Talk the talk, but when it comes to walking the walk, they fucking walk like a paraplegic. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, do you know what I mean? It's just, it's mad. The protest was a disgrace, says Static. Let's have a look here. Static says Vinay was there too. Yeah, he was. He was there. He was stood next to Josh Kroenke. They weren't social distancing, but he was there. Let's have a look here. Arsenal fans have got no balls when it comes to the owners. They are the only fans to accept crap, says Grant. Do you know what, Grant? Right? Yeah, you are spot on. Because, and do you know the thing is, right? Most of the fans will moan and bitch on Twitter, but yet when it comes to actually doing something about it, they bottle it. You know, not me, mate. Absolutely not me. I was there. Do you know what I mean? You know, and it was. I've seen a lot of people blaming the rain as well, but do you know what? It's total bollocks. Because here's the thing, right? Yeah, if you can get there to the game, then you can do the protests as well. And I understand, like, some people will say, oh, but social distancing and all that. But do you know what, right? Yeah, let me tell you something. Right? I was there next to the Armory on Sunday, and I was there near the near where the main square, you know, near where the protests were happening. You could socially distance. There was lots and lots of room there. Do you know what I mean? There was hardly anybody there. There was so much room. But yeah, it's just mad. Honestly, these fans are ridiculous. Big up Ryan as well. Let's have a look here. Big up Dan as well. Hope you're well. Let's have a look. What else we got? I hold my hands up. I didn't go. Daniel, I hold my hands up. I was in West London eating 2 Lion bars and ice cream, watching YouTube videos, pointing the blame at other people. Fair play to you. Fair play to you, though, for being honest. Let's have a look here. Steve, big up the Arsenal misfit. He said, our season will depend on Arteta taking a good hard look that his taking a good look at his managerial decisions this season. Yeah, do you know what though, Steve, as well? Do you know what he needs to? He needs to take a look at that. And do you know what? I found it very interesting. I found it interesting the fact that he turned around and said, "Oh, I take full responsibility." You know, at the end of the Brighton game, when he done his press conference, he was saying he takes full responsibility. So it'd be interesting to see what happens next season. Pick up Zidane as well. Lots of you in the chat tonight. Do you know what, right? That's what happens when you don't do a stream for a long time. You get loads of people in the chat. You get loads of people that come out. But yeah, guys, smash the like button. Don't forget, I will be doing a watch along for the Man City Chelsea game, Champions League final. That stream is already up. So listen, the stream obviously is not for a couple of days. So please, everybody, go and smash the like button on that. Let's try and drive it up before we even go live. It helps it get out there to as many people. You know, the road to 5K now. And I'm setting myself the 5K target because I reckon I can do it. I get 3,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. So that by January the 1st next year, I aim to be at 5K. So thoughts on Buendia, says Zidane. Do you know what? I would take Buendia, to be fair. I honestly would. I think Buendia will be a really good signing for us. I actually think Buendia is the kind of player we need. I know a lot of people are going to allude to Jack Grealish. But listen, I can't see Arsenal spending that money. And I think Buendia is a more realistic target. And I think you put him around decent players, I think he'll do really well for us, to be fair. I don't think we can turn our nose up at these kinds of players. We need to look at these kind of players. Buendia, Basuma, and Aarons, if we could get those three players in, I think that would be a fairly decent window, along with a backup left back. And then if we can get some more players out, obviously I'd like more than that. But if those three only happened, then I'll be relatively happy with that. I wouldn't say it would be our best transfer window, but those are three decent players. Buendia, Max Aarons, and Basuma. We definitely need Basuma. I really want Basuma. But yeah, Buendia, I would take Buendia. I felt so happy for Emery, especially after the players, fans, and Arsenal treated him. I would take Emery over Arteta any day. Yeah, that's mad. Great to see Villarreal players fall in love with him. Yeah, do you know what? I was gutted because Emery is the only manager to win four Europa Leagues out of five, but yeah, he couldn't manage it with us. Just Arsenal like that, isn't it? But yeah, I was glad that Villarreal won. I didn't want Man United winning, and yeah, I was glad that the Villarreal pulled it off. Let's have a look. Congrats on 2K subs, says it's your boy Dan. Thank you. Big up Danny Cook as well. Hope you're well, bro. Big up Tom as well. He said Edu could be losing his job. I don't know how I feel about that because I'm not as crazy mad at Edu as some of you guys are. But look, yeah, you know, he did bring us Willian. So yeah, listen, if he loses his job, then fair be it. That's the oh, apologies, guys. Yeah, if he does lose his job, that's the nature of football. If you're not cutting it, then that's it. But yeah, I'm not crazy either way when it comes to Edu. I think we've got bigger problems at this football club than Edu. Pick up John 1886. Right, let's have a look here. Let me scroll all the way down because I am. Let me scroll all the way down these comments. Let me scroll all the way down here. Right, there we go. Certain people claim there is no other manager good enough for the job but Arteta. Yeah, exactly. Do you know the thing is as well, right? Yeah, people would defend Arteta to their lives. Do you know what I mean? People would defend Arteta just because that's what they do, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's what they do. But yeah, it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. But you know what, guys? It's just, I'm just glad this season's over, if I'm being honest. I'm glad the season's come to an end. I'm glad the fact that we've got a little break now because I need a little break. I'm looking forward to doing watch-alongs for other games. You know, like I say, I'll be doing the Champions League final. That'll be a nice watch-along. I'll just be doing it. So, you know, you guys can, you know, I'll read out your comments. We'll have a bit of a talk and yeah, it's going to be good. And then obviously I'll be doing the Euro watch-alongs. But yeah, I just feel like this season's been so shit. We just need a bit of a break from Arsenal. Having said that, come August, depending on what happens with transfers and that, it'd be good to get back. But yeah, I feel at the moment we just need a little bit of a break. Considering all the special treatment Arteta is getting, Emery should sue Arsenal for unfair dismissal, says Danny Cook. Yeah, do you know what, mate? You're absolutely spot on because, listen, I felt with Emery that if he'd got an interpreter, he probably would have done a lot better. And also, if the club had backed him the way they're backing Arteta, then I feel like he could have done something good for us, Emery. But the club didn't back him. So, listen, fair play to Emery because he stuck two fingers up at Arsenal when he knocked us out of the Europa League. And he stuck two fingers up at United when he bashed them in the final. And he went to that final with a game plan as well, didn't he? He went into that final with a game plan. And it was just sitting deep, frustrate Man United. And it was exactly what he'd done against us. You know, he set Villarreal up really well against us. Big up, Michael the Clown. Thank you, mate. Conte, Nuno, Allegri, and Zidane are all available. Just take one of them, says Jamie. Just take one of them over Arteta, please. Yeah, you're right, mate. I don't think Edu should lose his job. However, we need experience. We should go for Overmars. His contract is about to run out. Yeah, I'll take Overmars. He's decent. Let's have a look here. What else we got? So yeah, listen, guys, it's just mad, isn't it? It's total mad. It's total mad this season. It's just been absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's just, and you know what? When I think about it, it's been crazy, not just for Arsenal, but when you look at the way the whole season's gone, you remember teams like Aston Villa beating Liverpool, and you know, it's just been a crazy, weird season. Emery had a better defense than what he had at Arsenal. Yeah, he did. He did. Villarreal have got decent players. I know people say that you know, they're not that great. And, certainly when you look at their goalkeeper is shit. But when you look at the players, the outfield players, not a bad little team, not a bad little team. And Emery set them up well. We had a game plan for Villarreal, but unfortunately it was designed for Man City, not Arsenal. And I think that's part of the problem. I think Arteta's tried to get these players to do what they can't do. And I think he should have just stuck with going back to basics. I felt if Arteta, and this is the frustrating thing, and this is why I'm so critical of Arteta, because last year, when he first came in, he tried a system and it didn't work, and then he changed it, and then it worked, and he stuck with it. This season, I felt like he's just trying systems rather than just sticking to what these players are good at. And we know these players need, half of them aren't good enough. But I feel like he should stick to the system that gets the best out of these players. And I felt with this season with Arteta, he wasn't doing that. He was trying to get them to to play a system that they're not comfortable with. Sadly, Edu's part of the big problem. Goodbye, says Static. Let's have a look. You can't blame Arteta for the fact that Xhaka has the footballing ability of half a pack of stale Jaffa cakes. But Arteta starts him. How can people blame the players when the manager starts him? Fair point. Fair point. Do you think we'll get Buendia, Daniel, even though I prefer Basuma? I think I'll take both of them, if I'm being honest. If we could get Buendia and Basuma, I would take both of them. To me, you get one free lunch, one free season. If you mess up as the next season, then you're out. Exactly. Let's have a look here. Well, Arteta begged Jackie to say so you can blame Arteta. Exactly. Exactly. Listen, smash the likes, everybody. Would really appreciate that. Would really appreciate you guys smashing the likes. But yeah, listen, we're, the best we can say about this season is that it's over and done with, really, isn't it? The best we can say about this season is the fact that it's just done. And now we can focus on next season. We can start the rebuild. And we need to sign players. We need to sign players that are decent, that are going to fit the system that Arteta wants to play. But you know what? The thing is, the Cronkies have to back him. The Cronkies have to back Arteta. And when I say back him, they need to give him at least 200 million. Because that's what this squad needs. It needs at least 200 million. It needs at least a fair, decent amount of money spent on it. And if you're not going to do that, then you need to go. Sell to Anelka. Sell to him. But it is what it is. Listen, I honestly don't believe we're ever going to improve under the Cronkies. Under the Cronkies' ownership, I don't think we'll improve. I honestly don't. And that's just my personal opinion. Under a different owner, I think it's going to freshen things up. I think it's going to invigorate not only the fan base, but the club. We just need somebody fresh at the club now. These owners have had long enough to try and put their stamp on this club. these owners have had long enough to try and do what they want, and it's not worked out. They've massively failed. So a massive change is what's needed at the ownership, at board level, at pitch level. It's just mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. But yeah, I honestly, this summer's massive, guys. This summer's massive. Honestly, it really is. This summer's just the biggest in our history from the time that I can remember. This is going to be the biggest summer. And they've talked the talk about giving Arteta what he needs. They've talked the talk about giving Arteta money to spend on this team. They've talked the talk about, they've got exciting plans. And we've heard it all before, haven't we? We've all sat here and heard the same thing at the start of every summer. Oh, this is going to be the summer we're going to invest. This is going to be the summer that we're going to spend money. This is going to be the summer that we're going to back. Back then it was Arsene Wenger, then Unai Emery, and now Arteta. So we've heard it before from these owners. We've heard it before from the people in charge that, we're going to improve this squad. And it's come to nothing, has it? It's come to absolute bollocks. Now, what we need is these owners to start acting like owners who care. And it's a big ask. Do I think they'll do it? No, I honestly don't. I think they'll probably just bottle it again. But we need these owners to go to these clubs like Norwich and almost go in there like Billy Big Bollocks and just say, right, I'm having Buendia. Here's your 40-odd million for him. We're taking him. See you later. Off to the next one. And we need to go to Brighton and say, okay, we're taking Basuma. How much do you want? 30, 40 million? There you go. Bang. None of this negotiating bollocks. None of this, fucking crap about, we're going to start low and, hopefully we'll meet in the middle. None of this embarrassing fucking negotiating tactics. They need to come in there. It's like somebody who's really popular walking in to somebody else's house and stealing their girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, we need to be like that with these clubs. We need to go in there and say, listen, we want Basuma. We're having him. There you go. Listen, we want Buendia. We're having him. Whether the club does that is going to be another thing, because we've seen that they've not done it before. But I don't know, guys. I honestly, it's going to be a massive summer, and I can't call it either way. I honestly can't. I really can't. I can't call it. I can't. I can't see it happening. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see, don't we? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Listen, I'm going to wrap the stream up now, but thank you to everybody who's joining. Big up to all you legends. Omar, Melina, Arsenal Manic, Tony, James, Jamie, Joanne. So if I've missed anybody out, Steve, the Arsenal Misfit, Ryan, Mr. Arsenal Podcast. So yeah, big up to all you legends in the chat. Don't forget, I will be doing a watch along for the Champions League final. So yeah, do join me for that one. It's gonna be a good game, that. So yeah, join me for that one. I've not done a watch along for a while, so it's gonna be nice. We'll just have a nice chill time together, and I'll read out all your chats. We'll talk, and it will just be laid back. It'll be everything that watching an Arsenal game isn't. it will be stress free. Like I say, I've got some big stuff coming up as well for the Euros. Do be doing watch alongs for the games there. So yeah, I'll be doing quite a few of those games. But yeah, listen, smash the like button, guys, and please do go over to that other stream and smash the like button. When you've done here, please go over and smash the like button. Let's try and get the likes up all the way on that stream before it even goes live. I know I keep banging on about it. I know I keep banging that like button message, but it really does help the growth of the channel. So the more likes, the more it gets out there to people. So yeah, listen, all take care. I'll be back on Saturday for that stream. 7:45, I'll be on air. So do tune in for that. And listen, I know this season's been crap. I know it's not been great, but we'll get through it. Listen, it'll be next season, hopefully it'll be better and we can kiss goodbye to this fucking horrendous season. And not just the horrendous season, but this pandemic as well. So we can kiss goodbye to that, hopefully. But yeah, listen, all take care and I'll catch you all on Saturday.